Thank you for that introduction. It's great being here, and I have to say, so inspiring to hear someone having a dream and pursuing it, even though it seems difficult. And I want to start out with saying that there's a very clear difference between impossible and unlikely, impossible and very difficult. Those are very separate things. So if it's unlikely and very difficult, it's still not impossible. So don't let loose of that dream. Just keep it. So awesome. Thank you for that speech. Right. So January last year, I got through that whole selection thing, and all of a sudden I found myself walking up to this Falcon 9 rocket with a Dragon spaceship on top of it. And getting up to the tower, you walk up to an elevator and you step into this elevator, and it's a small elevator. You can fit 2 astronauts in there with when you have your spacesuit on and everything. And you look at the panel, and it doesn't say level 1, 2, 3, 4. It says how many feet above sea level that you're going to, except from the button on the bottom and the button on the top, which says Earth and space. So you hit space and you start your journey, right? You get up and you walk out to the vehicle, you get into it, you tilt down into the seat, you lay down, you buckle up, countdown is going, 30 minutes left, fuel goes in, you feel the whole rocket coming alive. You hit 1 minute, you know the rocket is in auto-sequencing, so all the human decisions have been made. We will go unless something goes wrong with the rocket. You get down to 10 seconds, 5 seconds. I remember thinking, I know the procedures, I know what we're going to do, whether it goes right or wrong, I know what to do. Just relax and absorb. And then you have 3, 2, 1, mark. And the engines light off. It's 9 Merlin engines generating 7.6 million newtons of force. And this just starts pushing you right away. And the acceleration is so decisive. And it starts going, then it keeps accelerating. And the acceleration actually accelerates. So you feel that force and you feel the build of speed, which is crazy. And I've been flying fighter jets for almost 20 years. But this is something else. And it just pushes you up, and a few minutes, 3 minutes later, you have a separation, the booster flies back and lands, and then 6 minutes later, you reach 28,000 kilometers per hour, so you're at 200 kilometers above Earth, and you're in space, and you're floating around. And we're going to the International Space Station and into this vehicle, which after a while feels like a really nice place and home to be and work and just float around and do research. So I figured we'd just do a quick fly-through through the vehicle here. It took us 37 hours to get up there, and after docking, this is what we find. So what you're seeing right now is we're inside of the Japanese module on top of or I say top, there's no up and down, but on the side of the space station that's facing away from Earth, so that would be up. And now we're floating down into the Japanese module, Kibo, which means hope, by the way. And we're floating through, and you can see how I translate, just a small push, and then you just fly. But you have to get that vector right, because there's no point start to swimming or anything, because you will just keep going in the direction you're going. Now we're going into the European module, Columbus, and this is where I did a lot of my research. We did all over the station, but this was my room, casa. So here's where I lived, in this area. I had my feet down in that direction when sleeping, and now you see the sleeping bag folded up on the wall, and this is the direction I had my head. And now it's shifting a little bit, because this is the way I was positioned if I had to work on the computer, which luckily wasn't that much. And now back down, floating back through the station, and soon we'll hang a left into the lab. And you can see there's a lot of equipment and cables and things around here, but if you happen to pull one of those out, NASA or ESA will tell you right away. They're monitoring pretty well from Earth what's going on. Now we're in node 1, where we eat and drink and actually have the social time as well. So if you have 20 minutes to eat, it's more fun if there are more people around. So you're in there talking to each other about experiences or the work you're doing, or how it is to look down and out on Earth from space, and also see space from space. And here we're going into a module that's a logistical module where we have equipment, so no research. So this is quite this is quite quiet. It's actually a very nice place to be, but I don't know if you see the towels hanging out. Everything is like static in the air, just hanging still. It's like you had a big storm and then time just froze. That's the exercise equipment, ARED. So we do have different types of exercise equipment. This is for strength or resistance training. Here's the toilet, by the way, important. And then you have a treadmill, which is, of course, on the wall. So you're running like this with your nose down, which is fine in space because there's no up and down. And here we're coming back through the lab. And considering the context here, I wanted to show a picture of 2 of my role models as well. So the 2 NASA astronauts, we were 11 astronauts up there at the time. The 2 NASA astronauts, Joss and Laurel, just wanted me to send their regards, that you are at the right place, going for tech and doing what you're doing. So we were up there, as I said, 11 people, and something that we really loved to do was to be in the cupola and look outside and see Earth from space. And it takes 90 minutes to go all around the Earth. And that makes the feeling of Earth being really small and something that you really want to take care of. And it's in this totally pitch black space. And when you get towards the dusk, so every 45 minutes you go out into the darkness for the night. So it's 45 minutes day, 45 minutes night. And it looks like you're going to towards an edge. And it's quite a breathtaking feeling. And it feels like you're just going to go out and disappear. But when you get over that limit, over that cliff that it looks like, and all the way in so the sun doesn't hit the station anymore, something pretty magical happens. And that's this. So you can see the whole horizon glowing green and all the stars coming towards you and feels really close, even though they're not that much closer. It feels like you're in space and in the middle of the universe. Awesome feeling. And it actually, after a few days, it manifests like a new feeling from all these new inputs. Thank you.